Hey guys, welcome back to Pilar Orchids. Thanks for checking back in. I know we've been gone for a minute. If you follow the channel here, thank you very much. And if not, maybe hit that like and subscribe. We're going to do a quick walkthrough. We've been on vacation, so we've been gone for over 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks. And before we get into the update on the orchid collection, I want to just quickly give a shout out to Natalia and a big thank you for keeping track of our plants and keeping an eye on the apartment. Everything is in great shape. All the orchids are still healthy. In the back of my mind, I tried not to worry about things, but the orchids and the plants were kind of always there. So thank you. It's nice to not have to worry about them and see them in such good hands, Natalia. You're awesome. So let's get into what's happening now that it's August and we're back from vacation. The Phalaenopsis little sister, hybrid little sister, so it's still in bloom. Put on a couple more flowers. Tried pollinating right before we left, and one of the attempts has appeared to have taken. Now it's only a month old, so that it's still not out of the woods yet. We got a long way to go there. But the plant looks really good, seems healthy, and yeah, putting on a new leaf, which is great. And also in bloom still, which it was in bud before we left. The flower's upside down because, yeah, we didn't stake it. But this is the Jermaine Vincent that we have left. We had a couple, and I liked this flower the best. It was the most consistent coloration and really cool barring. Now imagine it flipped over. The spike that the flower is growing on was growing underneath the leaf, and it just kind of let it grow. And now that it's in flower, I tried to put it up onto the stake with the rest of the spikes. So you can see this plant holds its spikes. It has like 3 or 4 now, including the seed pod, which is still going. Also a little bit dusty. Need to wash this plant as well. Couple seed pods still holding on. That's the Yang Yang Supermodel. Yang Yang Supermodel with a couple seed pods, and the Tetraspis green. All of these are Phalaenopsis. But then we noticed coming on here, also in low bud, you can see it down in there, is one of our only hybrid Paphiopedilums. This is Venustum crossed with Philippinenza. So hopefully a multifloral. Excited about this. This is a first time bloomer for us, and it seems to be putting on that bud pretty quickly. So that's nice. Hopefully it'll keep going. Just show you the pink no ID phal is finally starting to drop its flowers after like 3 or 4 months in bloom, but still looking good and happy. Although the leaf coming out, it's kind of been moved around. We changed its position when we were on vacation just to make it easier for Natalia, our waterer. And so because of that, the leaf has grown kind of funky, wrapping around there, but oh well. Some more quick updates. Cattleyas. So we're trying to get into these Cattleyas. We only have a few. This is a Chialin Red hybrid. Anyway, you have to take my word for that. It started this spring. It started growing this new growth, this new cane, and it put on a sheath, but I think it's a false sheath. Now, I don't know enough about these, and we'll see if something kind of develops in here, but this little sheath coming out right there, I don't see anything inside of it, so I don't know. That's all grown since we've been gone. It's in the front window getting as much light as we can give it, basically. It looks good, but I'm not sure if it's going to flower. And another quick update for those who follow the channel. This is Phal Paprika, our no ID that we call Paprika. And this plant is dropping its flowers and the spikes are dying back. We've had this plant long enough to know that it is kind of this variety that it definitely blooms on the spikes, and then after the flowers drop, the spikes die back, so you can cut them off. It does that hopefully every year. Yeah, it's been a pretty consistent bloomer, and always we just cut them back when the flowers drop, and you can see it's turning brown. And yeah, that other second one below will probably also turn brown. Seed pod on a Paphiopedilum Gratrixianum that's crossed with Philippinenza alba. And that seed pod is still going and developing. It's swelling nicely. It's still kind of green, so hopefully we get some seed out of that. We'll see. Interesting leaf growth again, because we kind of had to change the position. Ambinosa, it's a hybrid. I won't go into all the flowers, but look at how this leaf has curled around. This stake has been put in there, and there's 3 or 4 spikes that are attached to that stake. And so the new leaf grew and just like wrapped itself completely around this stake and all the spikes. And yeah, this seed pod was a selfing experiment, and it popped open while we were gone, and now it's all shriveled. Those are just hairs. There's kind of like a bunch of powder, which I'm not sure if it's seed on there. I didn't really look closely. I just saw it died and didn't have any plans for that anyway. It's kind of an experiment. So finally, kind of scene 3 for the walkthrough in early August is the Catasedums. This is a group we're intensely focusing on and trying really hard to get to bloom. They're all grown pretty well. They're green and healthy looking. This one has a gift left from one of the birds that flies and lands on our balcony quite often. But yeah, as you can see, there's of course I don't expect these SVO black pearls to start putting on a spike for a while, so if they're gonna bloom, it's not yet, so I'm not too concerned, although it looks pretty good all in all. The mite damage, particularly on this species, is pretty bad, but considering that I don't think Natalia did anything at all to control them, and we certainly haven't done anything, so they're in not too bad a shape, all things considered, since we literally haven't done anything in the last month and a half to control any pests. All in all, pretty happy with how they're growing. Hopefully we get some flowers, fingers crossed, we'll see. Down on the end is a Cattleya that if you watched our unboxing video, you saw it came with some snails and on this giant cork block. And so we haven't repotted it, we've just let it sit out here and kept an eye out. The snails have all kind of disappeared. Again, we didn't do anything except put it outside and leave it segregated for quite a while. But it's got a couple new growths. Let's see, yeah, so several new growths coming on here, which look good, although none of them have any sheaths just yet, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. You know, it's always an experiment with the Cattleyas and the Catasedums. We'll see what we can get to happen. So stay tuned as we go into late summer, fall here, and we'll keep you updated as things happen. Thanks for checking in, guys, and we hope you have a good one. See you back here soon.